Oh. All right. Check, check. 1, 2. All right. All right, guys. Hey, doing a quick video here for the project folder and default project area within Maya. And what I'm trying to do is just kind of give you guys a little bit of an understanding of how to organize your project folder correctly in order to say perhaps utilize this on 2 computers to maybe finalize a little bit heavier of a render. Perhaps you have 2 computers at your home and both of them have Maya on it and you want to render a scene over again. Well, to do that, you definitely have to stay organized with your scene and how it's built and within the project folder itself. So I'm just going to kind of go through, this as quick as I can. I don't want to take up too much time in these tutorials, but anyways, if you go to File and we come down here to our project area underneath File, we'll see Project Window and then of course Set Project. Well, if we want to see where perhaps this default Maya is located at, not everything should be, defaulted to where I just clicked on the icon and it opened, the Maya software. So to see that where that default's located, you could select this project window right here, and it's going to pull up, everything that is within this particular project. Okay, and currently I have it set to a location on my desktop. And what I did is, this is the name of the project, this Maya project default. What I did is I actually took the default folder from our original, project area within our C drive, but the C where it's rigged. First, let me show you where it's normally located. And this is the way it is on all computers. So even if you were to, say for instance, look at a computer at school or, a friend's computer or again, another computer in your house, as long as you have Maya installed on it, the default user project location is always the same. So it's located under C drive and then under your user account. Now you could maybe have your computer named, like mine's named, my name here, just M. Scott. And then I have this public folder as well. Sometimes it would be located under the public folder, especially on a mirror or a image, software that's from another computer. But in this case, it's just underneath, my name because it's my computer. So I'll double click that. And then I need to find Documents, and Documents is right here underneath Desktop. So I'm going to double click that, and from here I'm looking for Maya. Here's Maya here. Double click, and now within this location, C drive, Users, my computer, my name, Documents, Maya. You'll see this project folder. And if you double click this, now we've gone to the default area of where that scene is going to be stored. So if I click on this, you're going to see that it's the same folder, subfolders as this particular project window. And having that is kind of nice. In other words, what I did is I took this folder here and I copied it. So if you just right click and you copy it and perhaps paste it on your desktop, and now I have this extra default project folder. So if I even click on that, you're going to see it's the same as all of the subfolders already currently being used. And that's important because if you don't have all of these subfolders and you're trying to take this particular project to another computer, well, some of these locations might not be on the same navigation of that different computer. So it's like a project with any type of creative software, kind of. Premiere does the same thing. It houses everything in one particular project folder, and then that way you can transfer that from computer to computer. So the way I'm kind of wanting you guys to remember this is if you are building from, say, I'm going to close this, I will close that. If you're building a scene from this default location, then that's going to be okay. Because if I go into scene, you would see that it's going to store your projects correctly, inside of the scene. However, if you were to maybe go out online and look for certain textures or certain, background images or references, and you do not place them in this location, okay, this complete location, then you're gonna, in other words, you're gonna throw off the navigation for the project folder. So all of your like text images or textures, I'm sorry, or reference images, or even movies, and even materials and surfaces you make in other software such as Substance Painter, everything should be stored within your source images inside your project. Okay. If you store them somewhere else, perhaps maybe on the desktop, and then you take this project folder, this one here, and bring it to another computer, well, all of those textures and images are going to stay on your desktop. So that's really not a way to kind of move around a complete project, and that's where things won't render correctly. You'll start missing anything from like plug-in power from like Biofrost all the way up to just your normal basic textures. So it's super important to stay organized with this. Super important to understand these subfolders and where everything goes. And I think as you move forward in your career, if you decide to go into 3D, or even if you don't, and you put it on hold and you need to come back and understand this organization, it's always good to maybe reverse engineer, find out where these projects are stored, and then look at it and see what you need to keep organized. So in this particular case, I copied again this default location, renamed it, placed it on my desktop, and now I have everything that I need that's stored within it. And that's nice to have. It's just the best thing to have. Some people wonder, okay, so cool, I have a project, but if I open up Maya and it's going to default to that C drive location, how do I set it to another location? And that's pretty much just the other choice that you have here within the project window selection. You have this set project. And if you click on that, it gives you a way to kind of navigate through your computer and even your USB drives and such if you have them hooked up. I don't suggest running projects from an external drive, but if it will navigate to them. And if I click on the desktop, I'll double click and it brings up all of the information on my desktop. And now I can see this default folder that I renamed. I can select that and it gives me now the option to select or set this directory. And I'm going to do that. So now that that's done, anything that I have created prior or starting to create will be located within my scenes. So if I open a scene, it would normally be right here. I haven't saved out anything to that folder yet, so that's why it's not showing. And you can save the scenes as, the binary or the ASCII files, and it will, be able to transfer from computer to computer. And the images are, the same here. If I were to have any type of rendered images that I'm testing, they would be located in that folder. My source images, if I had any textures that I downloaded and wanted to store, I would have them in this particular folder. So that's projects and, the project folder, and basically how to set them. You set it here, okay? If you don't know what your project is or where it's working from, you can always go to the project window and look at the location and then see everything that's listed within those subfolders. So again, that's project folders, and that will work. It's really good for render farms. If you decided to render something in the cloud, that's one way to keep things organized and send them off to a cloud renderer, and everything will go with it. It'll be able to be read correctly, and it'll be nice to see. All right, if you have any questions, please email me. If you need any particular help on one thing or another, or if you're not getting the correct scene, please email me, and I don't mind going one-on-one with one of you guys or many of you if you want to see this process again. All right, take care, guys. Stay safe.